This video is for Unit 3 test for 7th grade students. This is the test corrections. Problem number 1, Kramer walks 16.5 miles in 5 hours. And the question is, what is his unit rate in miles per hour? Unit rate. Well, this is a division problem. If you remember the doodle sheets, we just did 16.5 divided by 5 to find out the unit rate. You could also set up a proportion, and it's about miles and hours. It gives you the information. 16.5 miles is how far Kramer can walk in 5 hours, and you're trying to find out for 1 hour. So again, it's 16.5 divided by 5. And the answer was B, 3.3. Question 2. Jessica and Tiffany are both babysitters. Jessica made $33 in 5.5 hours, and Tiffany made $28 in 4 hours. Which one made more money per hour? Well, you're trying to find two unit rates. So Jessica made $33 in 5 hours. So it's dollars and hours. How much did she make per hour? So it's just 33 divided by 5.5. She made $6 an hour. That's for Jessica. For Tiffany, she worked 28 hours, or made $28 in 4 hours. So she made $7 per hour. So who made more? Well, Jessica made more. I'm sorry, Tiffany made more. Tiffany made $1 an hour more. She made 7, while Jessica only made 6. Question 3. 3 years ago, Mr. Moreau took a trip to Germany. He drove 112 kilometers per hour. Sounds pretty fast on the Autobahn. If 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers, how fast was he going in miles per hour? So the information given is 1 mile is 1.6 kilometers. He went 112 kilometers per hour. So it was 112 divided by 1.6, and that is 70 miles per hour. Question 4. Janet is 4 feet 8 inches tall. First, you're going to have to convert that. 4 feet is 4 times 12, or 48 inches, plus 8. So Janet was 56 inches tall. That's the hard part. There are 2.5 centimeters in 1 inch. That's the given information. What is Janet's height in centimeters? So we know that in 1 inch, it's equal to 2.54 centimeters. So Janet is 56 inches tall. So it was 56 times 2.54. So the answer is B, 142.24 centimeters. Guessing you might not have changed feet and inches to 56 inches. Question 5 is the last one on this video. Johnny uses 6 grams of sugar to make 24 fluid ounces of sweet tea. Last week he made 288 fluid ounces of tea, and the question is, how many grams of sugar did he use? So it's grams of sugar and sweet tea. 6 grams of sugar. 6 grams makes 24 ounces. He made 288 ounces. I'm going to use a scale factor to solve this one. I know that 24 times 12 is 288. You should get the same answer as me. I get C, 72 grams. Questions 6 through 10 are on the second video. This is video 2 for Unit 4 test corrections Unit 3 test corrections for 7th grade. Question 6. A boat travels 27 miles in 2 hours. At this rate, how many miles will the boat travel in 5 hours? So it's miles, yes, and hours. And you're given 27 miles in 2 hours, and the question is for 5 hours, how many miles would that be? So we'll do 27 times 5, and that's 135, and then you're going to divide it by 2, and it's A, 67.5 miles. Question 7. The rainfall total 2 years ago was 10, that's 2 years ago, but that's not math, was 10.2 inches. Last year's total was 20% greater. Well, the first thing I'm going to try to figure out is what's 20% of 10.2. So I'm going to do 20% of 10.2, and 20% would be 2.4. That would be the increase. And the question is, what was last year's rainfall total? Well, it was an increase. So I'm going to have to take my original amount, 10.2, and I'm going to have to add the 20% increase. So it should be 12.24 inches. The correct answer was C. Once again, first I found 20% of 10.2, and then I added that to the original amount. Trickier problem. Question 8. The price of an entertainment center is reduced from $200 to $150. By what percentage was the price of the entertainment system reduced? So it went from 200 down to 150, and it started at 200. So it went down $50. The original price was 200, and 50 over 200 as a percent is 1/4 or 25%. So if the item was 25% off, that's what it would be. Question 9. Mr. Smith brings 4 ice chests full of bagged lunches for a field trip. Each chest has 12 bagged lunches. About 55% of the lunches have a turkey sandwich. Which of the following is the best estimate for how many lunches? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a picture. There's 4 ice chests, and each of them has 12 bag lunches. So how many bags are there? There are 48. 55% of those, or a little more than half of these, have turkey. So it's 55% of the lunches. So 55% of 24 is about 26. And the last question, question 10. Julian spends between 25 and 35 hours each week playing video games. He spends 20% of that time playing Madden. Which of the following is the best estimate for the total amount of time he spends playing Madden in 4 weeks? This was a tricky one. I'm going to do 25 times 4, If he spent 25 a week, in 4 weeks he would spend 100 hours. If he spent 35, he would spend 120 hours in 4 weeks. It's 20% of that. 20% of 100 is 20. 20% of, I'm sorry, I think I made a mistake here. That's 140. 20% of 140, 28. So my answer needs to be between 20 and 28. So I picked a range on this one. What I did again is I picked the original numbers, 25 and 35 hours. And since that was 1 week, I multiplied each of them times 4. I found 20% of each of these to find the range. Times 20% times 20%. So I know he spent between 20 and 28 hours. The best estimate would be 24.